4.2, writing equations in point-slope form. Now, just as a recap, we started off and we knew standard form, which is ax plus by equals c. This one you're typically going to use when you want to graph it by finding the intercepts. So if you substitute 0 in for x, you'll find the y-intercept. If you substitute 0 in for y, you'll find the x-intercept. Then we had slope-intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b. And this one is definitely great when you know the slope and you know the y-intercept. This is also the one we're going to use the most and the one that we really always need to know. A third one, and this is our last form, is point-slope form. And point-slope form is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Now, in this, x and y are your variables. It's still x, it's still y, just like it is in standard form, just like it is in slope-intercept form. You have an x, you have a y. Now, your x1, y1 is an actual point, meaning you're going to put numbers in there. So if your point is at 2, 4, you would substitute a 2 and a 4. And then your m is your slope. And the reason you would want to use this form is if you were given a point and a slope and you wanted to figure out the equation of the line. You could always, I know a lot of teachers who will just use slope-intercept form for this, which if we're struggling in class, we might just revert back to that. But for today, we're going to try this in point-slope form. Example 1, write an equation in point-slope form of a line that passes through the given point and has the given slope. So, if we have point-slope form, we have y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Now, this is your x1, y1. So the y value is not going to change. So you're still going to have y minus. Then you're going to come up here and you're going to grab your y. Well, that's -1 equals your slope, which is -2 times x. That doesn't change. Minus, and these are always minus signs, and then you go grab your x value, which is 3. We're just going to clean that up a little bit. So what I'm going to do here is minus is going to be y plus 1 equals, I'm going to leave my -2, I'm going to leave my x minus 3, and this is the equation of your line in point-slope form. Now, some teachers are going to have you take that one step further. So this is point-slope form. But let's say I wanted that in y-intercept form. And I'm sorry, not y-intercept, slope-intercept. So we're going to take y plus 1 equals -2 times x minus 3. And slope-intercept form says it has to say y equals. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to distribute to get rid of our parentheses. So we're going to have a -2x plus 6. Then I'm just going to drop down my y plus 1. I'm going to try to get my y by itself, so I'm going to subtract 1. Y equals -2x plus 5. And this is slope-intercept form. These are the same equation of the same line, except the one on the left is in point-slope form, and the one on the right is in slope-intercept form. Letter B. We're first going to start with point-slope form. So y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Keep in mind x1, y1. So the x1 is going to fill into this, and the y1 is going to fill into that. So we're going to have y minus y1, which is 0, equals m, that's your negative 2/3, x minus x1, which is 4. Again, we're going to clean that up a little bit. We don't need the minus 0, so y equals negative 2/3 x minus 4. And this is your point slope form, which is great. It tells me the point. The point is 0, 4. So 0 on here, 4 on here, and the slope is negative 2/3. But what if I want slope intercept form? So I'm going to take my y equals negative 2/3 x minus 4. I'm going to start by distributing. So y equals negative 2/3 x plus 8/3. And that's a little funny. Use your calculator if you need it. And then here, there's nothing to clean up. Y is already by itself. So this is going to tell me that my y-intercept is at 8/3. My slope is negative 2/3, which my slope is negative 2/3 here. And this is slope-intercept form. Again, these are the same equation of the line, just two different forms.